realize they actually just recently qualified for the European RMR. It wasn't the easiest of journeys, don't get me wrong. They didn't like smooth sail towards those RMRs. It was definitely a little bit difficult, and they had to go through like the last chance qualifiers and stuff, but they still got there. And I think PERA, they've had some really good success recently. Now the cherry on the top would actually be making Pro League. But here we are. It is the first best of one of the day. These are grueling. They can go anywhere. It's starting on Ancient, Viperio on the T side, PERA Esports on the CT side.
And we had a lot of questions about what map we were going to eventually go to. And I kind of mentioned, oh, well, PERA, you know, they've got a really good track record on Ancient and they've been playing it a lot. So maybe this is where they lean. But Viperio themselves also quite like this map. You had spoken with the coach a bit earlier on and they said, well, this is definitely something they might want to lean into. So looking forward to seeing how they clash here, as it looks like it's going to be a full-on execute in towards the A site. Flashes out, but instantly PERA with a beautiful hold here. Just two of them holding the line. Now there's only two players left for Viperio.
I mean, what a hold from PERA. They had, what, only two players towards the bomb site, but it does really well. And Zodi, who was trying to torment them towards middle, yes, he did get one, and that was their only kill, actually. But he gets shut down by the rotators. And yeah, just Pandito all by himself. There's really not too much to say about that pistol round. And I think that is basically just pistol rounds in general. If you go towards a bomb site where there's a nice setup already and you have one single flashbang that isn't super effective, it doesn't blind the individuals, they still can enable their crossfire, then there's not much you can do really. And well, you'd love to sit here and say that with 35 seconds and a 1 versus 4, Pandito has a chance, but this should be a PERA first round.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that he's lost bomb as well just makes it that much more improbable. I mean, we've seen some crazier things happen, but maybe not today. They know exactly where he is. Information gain. Shots fired. Pandito, good for 1. He'll take that little bit of extra, picks up bomb, and is instantly shut down. Exactly to be expected. Unfortunate for Viperio, do a little bit of damage, but with it being a pistol round, it doesn't make that much of a difference. Now, we head into the second round, and this is a tough spot for Viperio to be in, because no bomb plant, which means very, very limited cash available. Honestly, I'm looking for a full save here. Maybe, there you go, 1 piece of util, and aside from that, look towards round 3.
Yeah, I mean, Pandito can drop that. He got some extra kills. Especially with MR12, I think these pistol rounds, they're important, have been accentuated a lot. And that's why you maybe don't see as much these crazy second round buys if you don't get the bomb down. Like, Viperio needs to be getting as many gun rounds as possible. And this is, these pistol rounds, a lot of importance, and PERA off to a pretty good start. Now it's just about, can these MP9s churn up these kills? And it seems like that's exactly what's going to happen. They're not going to lose a single member, and well, nicely done from the Hungarian core.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was a slightly telegraphed play. You'll probably find Viperio expected something like that, particularly once that deep smoke came out. But what can you do? You know, you're on these tiny little pistols. The MP9s are ready to farm you. Use that smoke to get right up close and personal. And as they try to move through the smoke, it is just an absolute spray down. This is where the real test comes in. Remember, folks, we did mention it, best of 1. So cannot afford to make a huge slip up here. It is a round robin, so there will be a chance to redeem yourself. You want to get up onto a good foot if you can.
Yeah, I mean, also, there's 6 teams. Top 4 make it through the playoffs. So losing 1 game is not the end of the world. I think that's definitely a sign we want to say. But right now, first gun round. Utility is not exactly 100% for Viperio. And you can see they're already making PERA a little bit uncomfortable in middle with MMS chaining Molotovs towards Shelf. And also 3 players over on that B-bomb site targeting towards Shelf. So as soon as Kamion pokes up his head, that's a great first frag for Viperio.
A nice little bit of aggression off the back of that. Now things slow down a little bit, and I like this. Now you try and go for a little bit of an information stop. There is a very good idea of where Viperio are, but they could rotate out. PERA do not have all the information that they could have. Instead, it's going to be a push out. Oh my goodness. Nice, tucked into the corner, and a beautiful swing as well to net them to Viperio. The lead they had slowly slipping away in this round.
Yeah, that's really poor trade spacing. Zodi and Mango just stepping each other's feet. They walk into an angle where they can get double swung. That's exactly what happened. Lovely from the MP9s. They both upgrade to AKs. And now, as you said, the man advantage in favor of PERA. But Viperio still holding their guard, still looking to go towards this B bomb site, and it has been read in. Flash in, Aaron, they're completely blind. That's the first. The information on the bomb, MSN charging them down, and even though Regan does actually snap and rock some heads, there's still one more player here, and Aaron's just going to tuck and hide, waits for DGL, 5 seconds left. Regan, unfortunately, has to try and get the bomb down, but there's no time, and PERA, they might kill him off time. Will he survive? Nope, that's huge. Regan has no money.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, PERA aren't losing 4 players because that was their bonus round.
Yeah, exactly.
So in the grand scheme of planning, you were going to rebuy. It would have been great if they could have walked away with those 2 free AKs. Sure, you'd love that. But yeah, at the end of the day, it doesn't make the biggest difference at all. The AWP is on board here for DGL as well. So he's ready to make a statement. And unfortunately, Viperio, even with the economic advantage of being a T side, back down onto those pistols.
I actually like that round from Viperio. It's just that really poor trade spacing, and they just walk into PERA's hands. So I guess, to be fair, nice from PERA in cave with the 2 MP9s. But yeah, that was really unfortunate by Viperio, and just a great timing of that flashbang towards ramp. But as you said, they've got 1 set of armor, a flash and a smoke, and they're about to be found out imminently. MSN opens up the kill feed, sprays them down, and you can see they all just swing. It's like 1, 2, 3 swing, and the majority of the team just churn them up. That is a very decisive and quick 4 rounds.
I'm having like a weird moment where I see that we've got an MSN and an MMS, and like the boomer in me is just freaking out because like MSN Messenger, but also MMSing, like multimedia. And I'm just like, wow, my age is showing here. And that, of course, is going to cause a couple of tongue twisters later on. But
you got this,
now,
you got this.
We'll try and stay on track. It can't be harder than my name.
Sorry, I love this from DGL. This is something a little bit different. He's putting Poya deep towards A. They haven't been tested here whatsoever, so PERA are feeling very confident that they can actually just take this space, and that's exactly what's happened. Now what's important is that they're going to have to move away from the A bomb site, because they've left mid very open. Kamion's died here, so they've got this space towards cave and A, but they need to actually do something with it, and I think Aaron's dead.
How is he still alive?
They haven't forced the issue. I guess that's just a bit of discipline, right?
Yeah, I mean, you know that you're still down. You do have a player advantage. You don't want to give that over like you did previously. And there you go. Porus's aggression does get checked and does get sat down. This is great patient play from Viperio. A lot of their players have been, like, they pick a site and then eventually they'll hit that full on. Now they take a bit more of a default. Get those couple of early kills. Get that early information. Now it looks like they're going to head back over towards A. Are going to need to be aware of DGL. He's in Donut. He's got the AWP. But they've got a lot of space to work with here.
They've also got a pretty much full set of utility. And Regan is going to be trying to sell the fake over towards the bomb site. And he's going to do it perfectly. Was very scared there, spamming just an arm. But no, that's a really big kill. Because look what it does. Well, I mean, I think PERA are actually going to save this. Yeah, so PERA are wanting to save this over towards the A bomb site, and that's exactly where Viperio are heading towards. DGL, just because he's here, is looking towards site, but luckily he gets smoked off. So I think crisis diverted. The Molotov is not going to affect Zodi, and that's going to be the round over. So Viperio, this time they actually get the man advantage at the start of the round, and they convert it without slipping up whatsoever.
I think you could emphasize the advantage of getting into a site, being able to block sight lines. Because planting on default, not planting in a predictable area, means those mollies don't get the value that you would have wanted. Would have been great to maybe deny the sight line, get a little bit of chip damage in. Hell, you know what? Maybe it even kills him. Who knows? But because you haven't planted in a predictable spot, you're now able to plant pretty safely, fan out, and try out these weapons. And it's Regan. Oh, he's going to find them. He's got to get them before DGL has a chance. It wasn't even DGL, but it's not, like you said, right? It's not the AWP. They don't manage to take that away. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it would have been so nice, especially if they could yoink it.
I mean, like, looking cynically, DGL still has money, so he still would have been able to buy up an AWP. But that is, I mean, regardless, I think, yeah, positives take away from that. What I do want to look at, though, is for PERA. So you have aggression towards Cave as like a standard for Aaron. You had 2 players aggressing towards A, and then Kamion was showing a lot of his hand towards middle. I'm not a huge fan of that, and you can see that gives them like the opening kill Viperio. And I do understand that Viperio haven't tested mid whatsoever, but we've played, there was only 4 rounds played and 1 gun round, so you can't really say, oh, Viperio, they're not going towards mid because they haven't done it too often. There's only been 4 rounds. There's no precedent to look at. I think Kamion needs to understand that if his teammates are aggressing on the extremities, that he needs to play his life, and maybe, if anything, actually start towards the A bomb site and actually go towards donuts early and instead of fighting from window.
Yeah, and I think that, like you said, so early on, you can't really draw proper readings just yet, because like Viperio, they were kind of heavily stacking towards sites. That was the first round they did a default. They might not do that again. They might do it again, but you don't know. So you really do need to be adaptable and fluid. However, it does look like it is going to be another default. Trying to gain a little bit of early space here, a little bit of early control. Poya with a bit of an off angle. Oh, that's cheeky. That's so cheeky.
Yeah, that was that fight last round. Poya peeked into Pandito, but this time Pandito peeks into Poya. And PERA, they get the advantage off it. This is the first time that Viperio have been playing in this 4 versus 5. Mango had a great opportunity there, but unfortunately can't convert.
A little bit of a util spam here as well. But nothing really playing off of it. No real space gained. No major results, just util though, and that's a huge advantage. Viperio losing the last vestiges of that util that they had available. They haven't cleared out anything.
Yeah, and the crossfire is still there. Cave fully under control of the Hungarian core. 2-man disadvantage. Bomb, it's going to attempt it to be planted, and they're actually going to get it down. MMS can catch off Poya on the reload. All of a sudden, it's a 3 versus 3. MMS swings out, doubles down, and now Kamion is all by himself. This was a 3 versus 5, and now Kamion in a 1 versus 2 has spotted out the AWP, had his opportunity, does miss it out, and Mango just has to play his life, cannot overextend, has to hold this because Regan has his crossfire. And with the bomb ticking down, Kamion no kit. I think time is of the essence. He has put it into the 1 versus 1, but no, there's no time. He has to stick this defuse, and Regan, perfect spray. I don't understand how Viperio have won that.
Yeah, that was a really strange misplay, it felt like, from PERA. They threw out every little bit of utility, Viperio, everything that they had, and they didn't actually follow up. The actual execute came quite late in that. PERA was still holding their angles, still had their space, still had everything to hold the site. And it just completely slips away from them. Viperio, very dry, in fact, pushing in onto the site, but winning the duels. And it's such a herder thing to say. But MMS gets big. He gets 2 kills there, and it's everything they needed.
And this does swing the whole game completely as well, because if PERA had won that, it would have been 5-2. Money probably wouldn't have been that great for Viperio. It would have maybe been like a 4-spy, and I think control would have still maintained for PERA. But now we're looking at a 4-3. We're looking at 1 gun round to even it up, and this early stages of this game have completely turned away from being, okay, PERA, good lead, to now it's anyone's game for this first half.
Yeah, and I think that this round definitely goes 100% to be expected. Tried a little bit of aggression, see if they could catch somebody off, but first couple of kills come through, and now it's PERA. And they're going for this, right? It's pistols. There's nothing really to save. You want to try and get a couple of exits if you can. Regan's incredibly low. If they can get a good swing on this, yoink his weapon. No! Okay, I thought that the single swing 1 at a time was going to be their downfall. And Mango, this is just cheeky. Not even with the AWP pulls out the pistol. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. You want to pad those stats. And unfortunately, PERA not able to steal away a gun.
Sorry, I just want to highlight, Regan's having a very good game. He's had some really crucial kills, and he's someone that I think definitely gets slept on a little bit in this roster, but he's notorious in the UK scene for being a very hard shooter, and we've already seen him open up bomb sites. Like in that 3 vs 5, he got those kills towards cave. He was the yeah, MMS did really well towards long, but Regan also did well to actually deal with the direct bomb site, and we found him doing quite well on the lurk in the extremity. So right now, Viperio turning it around a little bit. Those nades could have done a lot of damage, but with 5 players towards the B bomb site, Viperio, this is no default. They've already got a target in mind, and that's towards B.
And the execute is going to come in pretty damn quickly here. Flash is already out on board, but again, PERA, they're so good at holding down this site generally. Looks like Plant, oh, absolutely denied by DGL. Beautiful shot through the wall there. Now Mango, last player left alive. Good for 2? What was that? The quick gun change into a 2-tap. And now it's 1v1. Now it's still doable. Kamion just plays a little bit of time here. Mango's getting aggressive with it. He's out of there.
If he goes towards A. He knows Kamion's towards cave, but Kamion has also read this perfectly. Kamion not going towards Donut. If he went towards Donut, he could have potentially denied the plant, and he will now, but it's a little bit too late. So Plant's going to go down. Mango knows Kamion was towards cave, but has no idea which way he's going to be coming. And his first, he's going to check towards CT, but as soon as he finds this is clear, he's going to be able to turn his attention back over towards the bomb site, and Kamion tapping the bomb reveals his position. He has no kit. Mango sees that no one's on it, has to assume that Kamion's close, and a wide swing and a missed AWP shot. A 1 vs 3, almost for Mango, almost showing the Brits how it's done, but no, Kamion, huge 1 vs 1.
Honestly, great rotation from Kamion.
Yeah,
he could have, if he had pushed through CT spawn, I think that goes a very, very different way. And unfortunately for Mango, you had to hit that shot. My mind, however, is still reeling at the AWP shot followed up by a Tech 9 shot in like quick succession. Like, what happened there? But fair enough. Sometimes you're just built diff. And unfortunately, it wasn't quite enough to secure them the round.
Yeah, they had 3 players starting there, and the smokes that Viperio used were, they didn't anticipate 3 players. They smoked really deep CT, and I don't think they realized that the AWP would be there for DGL, and that really put a thorn in their side. Unfortunately, a bad read from Viperio, and that works against them, but good damage in the end. However, speaking about damage, head has been rocked straight off. The IGL has to watch from spectator mode now as PERA take a very good man advantage.
It's a good little bit of a fake over towards B, though. PERA already feeling that pressure, but instantly reading that Viperio are not pushing. There's nothing else happening, and now they're going to instantly flood back to their original positions and make sure that they've got easier rotations. And they have so much space control here. It is absurd. No matter where Viperio go, PERA are going to know all about it. And they've read into it that it's likely going to be this A hit, so holding down the sightlines, waiting for the push in. And we remember how that first pistol round went. It did not look good for Viperio.
That's a really good smoke, though, because that completely cuts off DGL and puts Poya in a bit of an uncomfortable position. He's going to try play around that smoke, but unfortunately does not get one. DGL rotating around towards Temple will claim his, though, so keeping the advantage, and DGL getting a little bit too confident, and that will be his bane. MMS straight through the smoke. Kamion also trying to get a bit nifty with that, and now Viperio once again somehow have given themselves the advantage.
Great little bit of util usage there, right? Like, I kind of alluded to that first pistol round, but that was because all they really had was a flash. This time around, nice smokes to deny sight lines. Aaron, however, has something to say about it. 1 vs 1. Taps the bomb, waits for the peek, misses his opportunity. The wide swing doesn't connect. MMS playing the time so well here. Aaron has no kit and is forced to retreat. Beautiful from Viperio.
Okay, that was close. If Aaron had a kit, I think I would have believed. And MMS with the wide swing, oh my god, that was a bit scary there for a second. Luckily, I think Aaron had like 5 bullets left, so couldn't really commit to the swing. But what is PERA doing? They had the advantage. I don't feel like DGL and Kamion have to both push simultaneously from 2 different angles when the rest of their team isn't there yet. I can understand what they're doing. They're trying to put the pressure on and maybe wait for the bomb to be tapped at least, or wait for it to be planted so you can then try and take a fight when they have got one player out of action. But Viperio, that is now, what, the second time that they've been able to convert a disadvantage on a bomb site. And if we're counting the Mango 1 versus 3, that's the 3rd time when PERA have an advantage, they do let it slip. And we see it, they've got an eco, and we keep on seeing PERA close to taking the lead and taking the step forward. But this is every single time.
No,
never mind. I was gonna say PERA, you know, it's gonna be 5-5, but Poya has just pushed through A and has caught them with their pants down. He's got 2. He's picked up an AK. Oh, Sam, no way.
But at least Regan realizes the flank might come in. Good for 1, instantly traded out. However, he will get backed up, but Mango's not able to trade him. Now Mango's the last one left alive. What? How did it all go so wrong?
What? How? Sorry, okay, firstly, great for Poya, but what are Viperio doing? And Mango, none the wiser to long. That's an insane round from Poya. 4 kills going into it. And 2 kills going into it. Gets a wonderful 4K, and that completely changes everything. That changes the whole narrative.
And the absurdity.
What?
The real absurdity of it is that Viperio are playing it right.
Yeah.
On paper, they're expecting a pistol rush, or rather like a bit of aggression from the CT
middle,
side.
Yeah.
Exactly. So they do the high-low. They wait for it, and then they just, both of them are looking at him, and they both die.
They wanted to try. I think he caught them as they were getting off the boost to try and hold a main, but it was too late. He was already there. I don't think he even had armor. He just had a 5-7, and he just destroys them. Oh no, Viperio. There's 2 rounds left this half, and I don't think this one's looking too hot because they've just walked into the meat grinder towards middle. Regan all by himself, doesn't even pick up a single frag. 7-4, most undoubtedly looking like 8-4, and a really good end to this first half for the Hungarian team.
That's heartbreaking for Viperio, man. It
Yeah,
really looked like they were going to mount that comeback. They lose, 4 rounds. They stop building up that momentum a little bit, and it's these small mistakes. And funnily enough, we were actually talking about PERA and the small mistakes they were making, the impatience, the not waiting, giving their team a chance to get into position. And funnily enough, it was that same quote-unquote impatience, that aggressive push out towards mid, that swung things so heavily back in their favor. It's a little bit of a wild card, but it's working out for them. And Viperio, look, you can spout CT map, but Viperio really needed a lot more in this half.
Yeah, the fact they probably could have won the half as well, or at least made it 7-7, or sorry, 6-6, I think definitely speaks it all. And now, with barely any Utah with pistols, they're trying to contact their way out as far as they possibly can. Pandito, maybe that deagle shot is all they need. How is he? What a shot to Kamion, and Mango as well. It's the international imports doing it all. However, it's just Mango and Regan now all by themselves towards the A bomb site. They literally just have deagles, nothing else. There's an A1S on the floor they can pick up, and they're going to come head to head with everyone towards Donut. These deagles have to hit everything. However, they line up, they stand on each other's toes, and that's a really good end to the half. 8-4, and we'll see you after this break to see if PERA can close it out.
An 8-4 lead for PERA Esports on their CT side. An absolutely dominant affair with Viperio taking a few missed opportunities there, but now we're going to see them try to mount some sort of a defense quick as you like, straight in onto the site. And only 2 players left alive for Viperio. Bomb is down. Last 2 players not together. So this is a great opportunity for PERA. The cheeky off angle. And now it's all down to Pandito to bring it home.
Yeah, so very similar to the first pistol round where there was a stack for the CT side. However, unfortunately, this time it didn't quite go the way of the CT side. Viperio with 3 players towards that B bomb site. I think they get 1 kill. Yeah, it was literally just Zoddy. They have 3 players there, 1 kill. Pandito gets the other 2 rotating in from the A bomb site, and that's PERA picking up both pistol rounds. And as we were saying, MR12 with best of ones, you really don't have any second chances, and getting these pistol rounds is fairly imperative. And I think Viperio, yeah, full eco, so that's 4 rounds just if they've thrown away, and that's PERA taking double digits very early on.
Yeah, and what makes it worse is, 3 rounds from here is 12. That's a match and series point. Viperio need a miracle on their next round. Ideal situation here, get 1 or 2 kills, steal some guns away to have for yourself, really put a dampener on PERA's bonus, and then maybe you're in with a shot. But if they all just get slaughtered here, it's looking like it could be bad news bears.
Bad news bears, oh. And, speaking of bad news, we've actually got Eagles next. The Bad News Eagles, but no, they're Guild Eagles, which is cool. Yeah, I tried. This is an interesting Astralis S stack. 5 players towards long, and PERA are walking towards the B bomb site. But they're gonna get spotted out, and Boyer's wrapping around them. Yep. Well, they died.
Yeah, they did die.
Yeah, they did. Unlucky. There's always a world where you see those 5 USPs and you're like, oh, they could just hit some crazy double dinks, but no. That's actually really good from PERA. They've done very well when they're up against the ecos. They've kept it very clean, which cannot be said the same about Viperio.
Yeah, truly, Viperio have looked a little bit out of sorts on this one. And again, we were talking about a bit earlier, the extra month that PERA have had to prac, not during December. That was beautiful. Nice and deep. A little bit of chip damage there. Information garnered. Will pull back towards main. And, oh, it's good for what? Good. Regan! Calm down, bro.
That's perfect. They just push through the smoke right into his hand. MMS, ooh, getting a bit too aggressive. I called DJ out for it, and I'm going to call MMS out for it. I don't think he had to push that far forward, but luckily enough for him, they try rotate maybe towards the B bomb site or just try clear donut, and that will be their downfall with both Mango and Zoddy, the Danish duo, standing strong. But now Aram, the IGL, he's had a really good game. He's actually top of the scoreboard. He's in a 1 versus 3. He does know where they both are, and there's 1 minute left on the clock. This is winnable, especially if you can isolate these duels. But no, they've come together. Viperio playing as a duo now, and Aram, I can't imagine this is going to be too easy for him. But have they lined up a little bit? He could swing, and this could be... He just picked up the bomb. Wait, what?
What?
Pardon? They just let him pick up the bomb.
And he wasn't even in their sightlines. They had that angle just a little bit wrong.
They've lost him. They have no idea where he's gone. He's towards Big Box. He's isolated the duo. Aaron, 1 versus 1 versus Zoddy. Oh, he doesn't re-enter Zoddy. Oh my god, how has Aaron made it that winnable? A 1 versus 3, so close into the 1 versus 1, but Viperio, they just about take it.
Oh, man. Down to the...
Not the end of the world. Viperio. They do have a very rough buy though. MP9 on Mango. And Yeah, this is a little bit rough that they had only one player stay alive, and PERA just very slow default. Poya, I think he's holding a window smoke for Kamion, but it's going to be very difficult if Kamion wants to take middle. Yeah, you can see that the window smoke's been propelled, and it's straight away a very nice reaction from Regan, just completely blocking off Kamion. And I think if I'm PERA, I don't want to contest middle here. You've got two players staring at them, but what is going to happen is that the PERA side are going to start wrapping around from shelf now.
Yeah, I mean, the Viperio are playing full retake A, but they have so much information here in mid towards B, and with bomb angling itself over towards the B site, it's definitely a doable situation, but a util comes out. Oh, Kamion! Beautiful 2K from him there. Should not have survived, but now that gives them so much space and so much information as well. 3 players from Viperio still holding over towards B. But Viperio are not moving. They're going to hold the line. Mango only good for 1 with that little tuck in. And the site is so easily takeable now for PERA. 4 versus 2. Viperio with... This is Viperio against the world.
Well, now it's Zodi against the world. IGL trying to replicate potentially what Aaron did in the last round, but this time one step further, and I think with 57 HP, he might choose just to save this AK. What's really important now about Aaron getting those 2 kills is that the money for Viperio is completely squashed. It's done. They're going to have to buy into the next round, and it's going to be a very easy pickup for PERA, so they're going to be sailing towards 12, and then it's going to be another low buy. I think the sight line and the pathway for PERA to be taking 13 here has been very clearly set out.
At least they're going to be able to hold on to that one weapon. But, yeah, like you said, right, so close to that 13. And now their economy is going to be an absolute shambles. Absolute shambles. Yeah. I don't even know what you invest into this, right? So, next round is... I cannot afford to lose this one. So, you want to have something to bring to the table. But with the amount of cash that they need to win this round. Sure, they'll have guns in the next, and, you know, maybe they can ride that out, but it's going to be like 6 rounds that they need to win consecutively to take us into OT if they win that next one. This is almost an impossible situation.
Yeah, and what really hurts is that you can track all of this back to that Poya pushing towards middle and getting 4 kills, basically. Yeah. Like when it was 4-5, 5 to PERA, and Viperio were against an eco, and it looked like it was going to be 5-5. That one round has completely shifted everything. It was a big momentum shifter. It was also just a big mental shifter. Yeah. I definitely could imagine Viperio were not too pleased about that, and that could also go back to their age of this is a very inexperienced team, both just like being quite young and not like masses of officials played, whereas PERA, they do have that extra experience under their belt, and now Viperio, let's see what they can do. Just with getting some damage here. Zodi would be loving to save this AK. I think that would be really good for him. A kit and AK saved. And maybe if they can pick up another rifle. But Viperio, as you said, they're playing for overtime. They're playing for this insane comeback. And let's see if the ESL Pro League qualifiers can start with quite an exhilarating comeback. Or is it going to start with a 13-5 defeat?
And there's so many opportunities here for Viperio to possibly get a backstab in, to possibly make some magic happen. Oh, ships in the night. And Bandito just walks straight past. Now he's the one that's going to get flanked in on. Man, they have no idea what's happening. Bomb's about to explode. It's whatever. Just trying to hold on to something. Try and get an exit. Is going to get turned in on. Pins it in from the side. And nothing can be done for Viperio. Not a gun saved. Not an inch taken, and we're on series point. Viperio at least have a bit of cash to work with into this one. But let's face it. Oh, and a timeout. Okay, Freddy, tack timeout on match and series point. How do we feel about that one?
You gotta take anything you can get. This is when Masterclass Pat comes in. He calls an absolute screamer, and they go win 7 in a row. He's gonna call an absolute masterclass. But yeah, Zodi not saving the AK Like, it's not massive, but you can see he doesn't have full utility. There's not a single kit to be seen. If the bomb gets planted, it's going to be very rough. It's series points. PERA, they've had a very good last 7 days. You know, they've qualified for the RMR.
Yeah.
And they're going to start this week off, I think, quite well. I'd love to sit here and pump that copium. But realistically, if Viperio are not going to be quelled here, it's going to be in the next few rounds. Like, I really don't see 7 rounds in a row being plausible. But let's take it one step at a time. And MSN already, great aggression, pushes through the Molotov. Unfortunately, does not get the kill, but he's put Zodi down so low. And look at the space he's taken, and look at the utility he's forced out. And he's got the kill.
Good start to the round, at least, for Viperio. Rather for... Oh, wait, it's instantly traded. Well, look at that. 4v4. No one really having a huge advantage here. Nice little bit of space going towards A, though. Not even a fake. Oh, that's rough. Porous dying there is not the situation you want it to be in, because now Bomber's going to have to rotate. No, they're not going to rotate it. There's a little bit of mind games happening here, but Viperio are not biting. They're going to reinforce this A site. They're going to try to hold this down. PERA, whatever they were trying to sell, Viperio ain't buying.
Regan is having such a good game, and this lovely bait and switch. MMS was playing anti-flash there, so he wasn't able to quite save Regan, but this is the second time in very recent history Regan has held very defiantly over towards the A bomb site. And I was going to say, I was wanting to mention that even if they did lose this round, Regan's had such high impact frags, and I don't think the same can be said for a lot of the other players on this roster. I think Mango's had some sharp shooting, but not in impactful situations, and now because of Regan, this is actually going to be quite a clean round. 3 players are going to stay alive, and if there ever was a world where a comeback was going to be initiated, this is the start.
Well, it had to start somewhere, so why not here, I suppose. And they're still not in a situation where they've done enough economic damage, I feel like, but I think that PERA are playing this really smart. Nope, never mind. I thought they were gonna like low buy into this and save some cash, but nope. Instead, they're gonna risk it all and hope for the best. DGL with Tech 9 in hand, gonna look to try and pick up a gun if he can. And PERA getting super aggressive in towards mid here. Already into Donut. MMS locking down mid. Donut is covered by Regan. And once again, PERA, only 2 players left against the world. Bomb at least planted, so a little bit of extra cash to play with. But Viperio, it's going to be another quick and clean round from them. Should be.
Well, yeah, I think the operative word is should be. You can see that Zodi is fixated over towards elbow, and he's going to be taking his time. Clock is ticking down, and Aaron... Oh, okay, they both fall simultaneously. Okay, fair enough, Viperio, lovely round. MMS, that was a magnificent set nade play towards middle, and it's just great shooting. Like, those first 2 kills, the first bullet accuracy is just impeccable. Regan only gets 1 this time, but he also gets a dink off, and I think that's really impressive. I think PERA, they're moving like rooks towards a bomb site. Honestly, when they've gone towards B, that's when they've had the most success. I feel like that's where they're going to have to start targeting.
Yeah. I mean, Viperio have played hard a retake for most of these rounds, and the retakes have generally worked out for them. It's B where they stack, and B where they can actually get, where PERA can get a lot of advantage, because if they can get 1 or 2 kills, then they, you know, site's free and clear, and they're in a post plant. So B is definitely the better option here, but I think they don't want to become too telegraphed, which is definitely a concern that teams will have. So now they take a little bit of a timeout for themselves, restructure how they're going to approach this. Of course, because they opted to force up in that previous round, they have no money into this one. It is just going to be a pistol round, and Viperio should get themselves to 8. I don't know. You called it about that timeout, and maybe it was just the thing Viperio needed.
The PAP masterclass, you say? There's I want to wish that I'm speaking facts, but I'm not too sure. And are they really gonna go towards A once again? And look at this from Zodi. He's actually taken all the space over towards that B bomb site. He has all the information. You can see that it's calling a rotation for Mango to go over. towards the other bomb site. But this mid smoke is actually quite pesky because it does put them in a little bit of a position where they haven't got mid control. As I say that, Zoddy does swing out from shelf and clears all that up, and now Regan can focus totally towards A main, and he can just hold mouse 1 like he does best. Ooh, gets caught though. Aaron does at least find one, and that might... Oh, Aaron finds 2. I was going to say that 1 kill would be good because then Mango can pick up an AWP into the next round. But need to make sure they don't lose too many players, and Pandita will finally bring us to some sort of normality. Sam, there's 4 rounds left. We haven't seen Mango utilize an AWP whatsoever on the CT side. I don't think we've seen an AWP at all this whole half.
Actually,
do you see a world?
Well, it would have been nice to have been this round, but I guess not. I think that it's partially about playing safe to an extent, because the way that PERA are playing, they're not really, you know, dry peeking too much or playing those long angles as often. So they might feel like that rifling is the better bet here, being able to swing on each other, being able to isolate duels more effectively. And to be fair, it has started to work a little bit more into this one. Oh, a little bit of information garnered just before the smoke blooms there. A little bit of chip damage. PERA hard hitting the brakes here. We said it, right? Viperio play hard, retake A. Now PERA pushing in towards this B site. We thought it would be the way, but apparently it's not.
They got so much information, Viperio, but it was all the wrong information. They swung out there and saw nothing, but there were 3 players cowering just behind, you know, the creaks and cracks. But I think they do have, yeah, they have got it now. And Zoddy, that 1 kill towards Cave could be the whole difference maker in this round. What I'm not a fan of, though, is him sticking around. He's got such low HP. Will they clear him? Yes, they will. I don't think he had to stick there. I don't think he had to stay and give them back that frag. But in the meantime, his teammates have done very, very well. They picked up the pieces, and it seems like this is all falling very nicely into their hands. This is another gun round being eluded from PERA, and Viperio, well, 7 rounds have all of a sudden become 3, and they've been done a lot cleaner.
You can see PERA was really trying to play information starve there. Trying to like hold back as much as possible before actually pushing in. But when they eventually did push in, Viperio held it down very, very well. And now this is starting to look a little bit scary. We thought that B would be the player, you know, get yourself a nice little opening kill, get yourself some space, push out in onto the site, get, you know, 1 or 2 opening frags, and then you're almost set for the rest of the round. Whereas their A hits had been not ideal, because as much as they've been able to get the plant in, very often they find themselves not in as much of an advantageous position as they would have liked. And so the retake comes through very strong for Viperio. Now, despite that timeout, despite some of the slight changes that we saw, Viperio are still holding strong. And it comes down to these small things. And there's the AWP. There it is.
There we go.
You were waiting for it.
I mean, yeah. As I know, being very cynical, it's not the round I would have wanted him to pick up the AWP, especially now they're on pistols. But what's been super interesting has been the very big lack of mid control on the T side for, I guess, both of these teams. And that's going to be the same set for PERA. Okay, Zoddy, I don't know what's gone into him, but out of nowhere, he's turned into uber aggro cave player IGL, and it's kind of working out for him, because they just swing on towards B. They get 3 kills, and that may as well be round over. Yes, there has been a lot of damage being inflicted, but max 1 or 2 kills, I'd say, that get taken from here. And that's now double digits for Viperio. I hope so anyways.
I feel like I wanted Zoddy to play a little bit more safe there. Agreed. He had so little HP. But they still have the advantage. He has given over a free gun, however. What do they do with this? Bomb is still chilling towards spawn. So I don't think that PERA are even playing for a win here. I think it's playing for economic damage, playing for space, playing for maybe Poria gets a gun and then you can hold on to that. They're still pushing in. They're still going for this. And the AWP is waiting. The shot does not connect in a meaningful way. Just a bit of chip damage, but not the kill confirm.
Then bombs in T spawn. So
that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know why they were pushing that.
I guess they understand the round's never really gonna be winnable, so it's can we get damage off? Can we drop a player or two? That didn't really formulate, and what's gonna happen is now we're gonna see Poya saving an AK. I don't think he has to save here. I actually think it's quite negative he saves because they've got max loss bonus. He's gonna have if he died here, he'll be able to buy up an AK and full utility. But instead, he's gonna have to purchase head armor. He's gonna have to buy like scrapes of utility. Aaron's on a Galil for some he invested way too much into that last round. Yeah, see the big lack of utility going into this round. Poya's got no head armor, so he's subsidized util for head armor. DGL's got a single smoke. Aaron's got a smoke and nade. Viperio, 5 rounds in a row. They've got the momentum now. Can they push it over the finishing line?
I mean, we spoke about PERA's impatience on the CT side, and I think that these buys are just kind of more indicative of that. They want to get it done. They want to finish it out, and so they're not thinking about the long-term repercussions of constantly forcing in like this. Viperio is so close to getting themselves into that overtime position, but here's that mid-aggression you were hoping for on the CT side, and the flick from Mango is clean.
But unfortunately, Kamion is even cleaner towards middle as well. MMS drops. He's been very persistent towards cave. And Aaron, they just walk into his crosshair. That could be it. That could be the nail in the coffin. The IGL deals a defying blow. 24 frags. He's topping the whole scoreboard. And even though this round started off with the Dane hitting a nasty flick, that's all they're going to be singing about. 2 flashes come raining in. Kamion blinds Mango fully. And Regan, he's been a rock towards the A-bomb site, but now a 1 versus 4. He's picked up the first, and I think this could be it. Viperio, yes, they claim 5 rounds in a row, but aggression goes against them. We were saying how maybe a little bit too aggressive on times was that cave player Zoddy, but now Regan falls. He's only claimed 2, and PERA quell Viperio 13-10 and go 1-0 in the standings.
Exceptional comeback attempt towards the end there. It was really looking like Viperio were going to be able to bring that one home, but I liked what PERA did in that long.